Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for defense for October month. Session will be quite interesting and important, students, so stay tuned with us till the end. Let's start. The first question is, identify the coastal region where Indian Coast Guard conducted the 10th edition of National Level Pollution Response Exercise, that is NET-POL-REX, along with the 27th edition of the National Oil Spill Disaster Contingency Plan and Preparedness Meeting in October 2025. So the location is Chennai, Tamil Nadu. During this exercise, more than 105 national delegates and 40 international observers from 32 nations took part in this exercise. Next, locate the coastal region where Indian Coast Guard unit conducted 2-day-long regional search and rescue exercise, that is RE-SAREX, under the aegis of Indian Coast Guard Regional Headquarters of West in Mumbai in October 2025. So locate the coastal region. It is Mangalore, coast of Karnataka. Correct? And take a note of this. Next is Indian Army. It initiated the induction process of the indigenous Saksham unmanned aerial system grid system developed in collaboration with Bharat Electronics Limited of Ghaziabad, UP. Right, this Saksham, it is a high-end modular command and control system, has been developed in collaboration with Bharat Electronics Limited of Ghaziabad, UP. Next, which city in Australia hosted the 4th edition of India-Australia Joint Military Exercise Austrahin from October 13 to 26 to enhance defence cooperation between Indian Army and the Australian Army? It is Perth. It is the right option is Perth, right? Take a note of this. And this is the 4th edition that I need you to remember. Next, the Indian Air Force and United Kingdom Carrier Strike Group conducted a joint aerial exercise over the Indian Ocean region in October. During the same period, DRDO, it upgraded the Astra Mark II Beyond Visual Range air-to-air missile, extending its range from 160 kilometers to 200 kilometers to enhance the Indian Air Force combat capability. Next, identify the Indian naval ship that participated in the inaugural edition of the Indian Navy Republic of Korea Navy bilateral naval exercise held in Busan, South Korea in October. So identify that INS. It is INS Shahadri. Next, in October, India and which... Okay, one more thing, remember, INS Shahadri also took part in the Malabar exercise conducted by the Quad Nations. It was hosted by USA. This Malabar exercise was hosted by the USA Navy this time. Next, India and which country commenced the 5th edition of the bilateral naval exercise, that is Samudra Shakti, in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, to strengthen maritime cooperation and interoperability? It is Indonesia. Right, and from India side, it is INS Kavarati that took part in this exercise. Next, the DRDO successfully tested the indigenous military combat parachute system with the Indian Air Force from an altitude of 32,000 feet. Next is choose the term that was not part of the 4 C's guiding principle proposed during the United Nations Troop Contributing Countries Chief Conclaves 2025 hosted by the Indian Army in New Delhi. Right, so choose the term that was not part of the 4C here. If we see here, collaboration is not a part of the 4C. Consultation, cooperation, coordination and capacity building are the part here. Next, name the assault rifle for which Ministry of Defence signed 659.47 crore rupees contract in October with the consortium of MKU Limited and Medwit Technologies Private Limited to procure advanced night sight image intensifier systems. So it is SIG 716 assault rifle is the right answer. Next is identify the indigenous firearm procured by the Indian Army under the 2700 crore rupees contract for 4.25 lakh units in October. It is close quarter battle carbine. Right, this is the indigenous firearm procured by the Indian Army. Next, identify the name of the India-Japan bilateral naval exercise conducted off the coast of Kyushu, Japan in October. So, identify the name here. It is JMX 2025 and it is INS Shadri that took part in this exercise. Next, the Defence Acquisition Council approved the capital acquisition proposals worth about 79,000 crore rupees to boost the armed forces capability in October. Next, find out the name of the multinational air combat exercise organized by the Spanish Air Force at the Gando Air Base in Canary Islands of Spain in October, where the Indian Air Force participated with its Sukhoi 30 Mark 1 fighter jet. It is Ocean Sky 2025. Next, name the shipbuilding company that delivered the first of the 8 anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft named Mahi to the Indian Navy in October month. It is Cochin Shipyard Limited. Next, which edition of the India-Bhutan Border Management and Security meeting was held in Thimphu, Bhutan from 16th to 17th of October to review and enhance the bilateral border security cooperation between the two countries? So, which edition? It was the 14th edition of this exercise. Next is find out the Indian shipbuilding company that built and launched 2 advanced fast patrol vessels, that is ICGS Ajit and ICGS Aprajit from the Indian Coast Guard in October. So find out that Indian shipbuilding company. It is Goa Shipyard Limited. Next, students, mark the correct statement regarding the second edition of the Indian Navy's Commanders Conference held in New Delhi. All the options A, B, C are rightly mentioned here. Next, in October, Indian naval ship Satluj completed the 18th Joint Hydrographic Survey mission with a foreign hydrographic surveys covering around 35,000 square nautical miles. The survey was conducted in which country? It was conducted in Mauritius. Next, name the nuclear-powered cruise missile successfully tested by Russia at the Pankovo test site in Arctic region in October. It is 9M730 Burevestnik. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part. Mention the company that partnered with the ICC in August 25 to enhance fan engagement in women's cricket. So mention that company. It is Google. Also remember, Google is setting up Asia's largest AI data center, and where is it? It is in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, and it is in partnership with Adani and Airtel. Next, which country has topped the medal tally in the 16th Asian Shooting Championship held in August in Kazakhstan? So which country topped the medal tally? It is our country India that topped the medal tally here. This competition, it featured 748 athletes from 27 countries, and if we talk about our country India, we have won a total of 99 medals, out of which 50 are gold, 26 silver and 23 bronze. Next, where will the Pickleball World Cup 25 be held, in which India will participate for the very first time? So India will be participating for the first time in this Pickleball World Cup that is scheduled to be held where? In Florida, USA. Next, who won the 35th edition of the Dutch Grand Prix held in Netherlands? So who won this 35th edition of the Dutch Grand Prix? Oscar Piastri have won this Dutch Grand Prix. Next, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the 29th edition of the Badminton World Federation World Championship held in Paris, France. If we look at the option, we have to find the incorrect statement. So A is right, C is right, B is our answer. Chen Yufei from China won the women's single title here. Is it so? No, women's single title was won by Akane Yamaguchi. Akane Yamaguchi, right? And she is from Japan. Next is which country topped the medal tally of the 2025 Commonwealth Weightlifting Championship held in Ahmedabad, Gujarat? If we look at the option, it is our country India that has won the 30th, that is topped in the medal tally at the 30th Commonwealth Weightlifting Championship. Next, mention the name of the Indian cricketer who in September announced his retirement from international cricket, concluding an illustrious career that spanned more than 2 decades. So, who is that Indian cricketer? Amit Mishra, right, has announced his retirement. Next is, students, identify the name of the mascot of the 11th Asian Aquatics Championship unveiled by Union Minister Mansukh Mandaviya in New Delhi. So, identify the name of that mascot. The mascot's name is Jalvi, right? It is for the 11th Asian Aquatic Championship. Next, mention the country that has won the 12th edition of the Men's Hockey Asia Cup title by defeating South Korea by 4-1 in the final in Rajgir Sports Complex in Bihar. So mention that country. It is our India. Correct? Take a note of this. And this marks India's 4th Asia Cup title and qualified for the 2026 International Hockey Federation's Men's Hockey World Cup. Who will be hosting this Men's Hockey World Cup? It will be co-hosted by Netherlands and Belgium. Next, who won the F1 Italian Grand Prix held at Autodromo Nazionale Monza in Monza, Italy? So who won the F1 Grand Prix here? Italian Grand Prix. This Italian F1 Grand Prix was won by Max Verstappen. Next, the 28th International Table Tennis Federation, Asian Table Tennis Union, right, championship will be held at which place in October as announced by Table Tennis Federation India. It is scheduled to be held in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Moving on, India will host the first ever dash in Chennai, Tamil Nadu as announced by the Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister in September. So India will host the first ever what? Will host the first ever 5150 triathlon. Right, it will be held in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu state government has approved 3 crore rupees for this event, making India the 3rd Asian nation and the 6th nation worldwide to host this elite triathlon format. Next, which country has won the 2nd edition of the Central Asian Football Association Nations Cup, the biennial men's football championship of Central Asia, held from 29th of August to 8th of September. So, which country has won the 2nd edition here? It is Uzbekistan that has won it. And Uzbekistan defeated Iran in the finals by 1-0. Next, identify the sports academy that earned a prestigious affiliation with the Asian Hockey Federation with the support of International Hockey Federation. It is Rajgir Sports Academy. Next, mention the country that topped the medal tally at the 2025 World Boxing Championship held in Liverpool, England. If we look at the options here, which is that country we are talking about? It is Kazakhstan that we are talking about. Right? Next is which country defeated India in the final to win the 11th Women's Hockey Asia Cup held in Guangzhou, China in September. So which country defeated here? So it is which country defeated India here? So right option is India defeated, or mention that country who defeated India here. It is China that defeated India in the finals here. Next, in September, who became the first Indian high jumper to qualify for the men's high jump final at the 20th edition of the World Athletics Championship held in Tokyo, Japan? So, who became the first Indian? Sarvesh Kushare. Sarvesh Kushare became the first Indian here. Take a note of this. Next, which country was officially named as the new jersey sponsor of the Indian cricket team until 2027 in September 2025? So, it is Apollo Tyres. They became the new jersey sponsor for the Indian men's cricket team. Next, which team defeated the South Zone to win the 62nd edition of the Duleep Trophy in the final held at the BCCI Centre of Excellence in Bengaluru, Karnataka? It is Central Zone. Next, in September, Samuel Umtiti officially announced his retirement from professional football at the age of 31. He hails from which country? He hails from France. He hails from France. Next is who became the first woman from Bihar to be awarded the Women FIDE Master title in September after achieving 2100 FIDE rating points. So right option is Mariam Fatima. Next, identify the following country. Which of the following countries did not come in top of the medal tally of the 20th edition of the World Athletics Championship held in Tokyo, Japan? So not in the top in the medal tally. Here Israel is not among the top in the medal tally. It is USA, then Kenya, then Canada, then Netherlands, then Botswana. Next, Max Verstappen represents Red Bull company, right, and has won the 8th edition of the F1 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Next, the 8th edition of the Lever Cup won by the Team World over Team Europe. Where was the event held? Lever Cup is basically a tennis event where Team World participates with, or Team World is against the Team Europe. And recently, this 8th edition was won by Team World. Question asked is, where was this event held? This was held where? It was held in San Francisco, USA. Identify the UN organization that released a report that is High Risk Forest, High Value Returns, a co-benefit assessment for the decision makers in October that highlights 391 million hectares of tropical forest are at a high risk of deforestation. So identify that UN organization that has released this report. It is UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Program. Next, how long will India's Hitesh Kumar S. Makwana elected to serve as the co-chair of the United Nations Global Geospatial Information Management for Asia and the Pacific, along with Woo Suk Chu from Republic of Korea in October. So, how long will India's Hitesh Kumar elected to serve the co-chair here? So, it is for the term 2025 to 2028. Next, according to the Mercer Charter Financial Analysts Institute Global Pension Index, mention the country which is not among the top 5 in the pension index. It is Philippines. Right? It is not among the top 5. Netherlands first, then Iceland second, then Denmark it is third, Singapore it is fourth, Israel is fifth. Next, according to the World Directory of Modern Military Aircraft rankings, which of the following is not among the world's top 5 most powerful forces? It is China's People's Liberation Army Force. Right? Take a note of this. Who is on the top? United States Air Force, then United States Navy, then Russian Air Force, then United States Army, then United States Marine Corps, and on 6th position is Indian Air Force. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the key findings of the Global Forest Resource Assessment 25 released by Food and Agriculture Organization in October month. Which of the following is the correct statement it is asked? So A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying that in terms of the global forest gain, Russia ranks first, followed by India and China. Is it so? So first remember, Russian Federation is on top, then Brazil is on second, then Canada on third, then USA fourth, then it is fifth China, and on sixth position is our India. Next, choose the financial center that is not among the top 5 in the 38th Global Financial Center Index released in October by China Development Institute and ZN Partners. So choose the financial center, right, that is not among the top 5. So Mumbai, India is not among the top 5 here. New York, USA on top, then London on second, Hong Kong on third, Singapore on fourth, then San Francisco on fifth, and Gift City, right, of India is on sixth position. Take a note of this, students. And then it is Mumbai, and then it is New Delhi. Next is, what is the total value of the sovereign exposure exchange agreement signed between the Asian Development Bank and World Bank in October to boost the lending for the developing nations? So it is $3 billion. Total value of the sovereign exposure exchange agreement is $3 billion. This EEA, that is exposure exchange agreement, right, it is acts as a risk management tool, and it enables the multilateral development banks to lower the portfolio concentration by risk by swapping exposure from countries with large sovereign loans. And this is Asian Development Bank's first EEA with World Bank and sixth EEA with other multilateral development banks. Next is, who headed the SEBI constituted working group that proposed increasing transaction fees for clearing corporations such as NSE Clearing Limited in October 2025. So who headed this SEBI constituted working group? It was headed by R.S. Gandhi. It was headed by whom? It was headed by R.S. Gandhi. This move, it will bolster the financial independence of these corporations and strengthen the balance sheet. Here the fee structure, if we see, currently NSE, they are receiving nearly 5 to 6% of the fees that NSE collects from the members. A revision of the charge for the clearing corporation is expected to increase the share to 25% or even a little higher. Next is, who was honored with the BRICS International Award 2025 for the contribution to spiritual education, cultural development, and maritime innovation at an event hosted by State Duma of Russian Federation in Moscow in October 2025. So who was honored here with BRICS International Award? This is the direct question that can be asked, and this is an important question. So Abusyopan Kharkarov was honored here. He is the former Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Dagestan, who was honored with the BRICS International Award. This is for his contribution to spiritual education, cultural development, and maritime innovation. Next, who won the 2025 British Academy Book Prize in October for his book titled The Burning Earth, an Environmental History of the Last 500 Years. So who won the 2025 British Academy Book Prize? It was won by Sunil Amrit. right? Indian origin historian Sumrit Armit has won the 2025 British Academy Book Prize for the book that is The Burning Earth and Environmental History of the Last 500 Years. Next is in October, Union Minister Rajnath Singh was conferred with the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel upon Neeraj Chopra in Voluntary Military Force of India. In which voluntary military force of India? So, tell me, Union Minister Rajnath Singh conferred the honorary rank of Lieutenant Colonel to Neeraj Chopra for which voluntary force of India? It is Territorial Army. Next, who was sworn in as the transitional president of Madagascar in October after a military coup confirmed by the High Constitutional Court of Madagascar? Name that individual. Right option is Michael Randrian. Right, Colonel Randrian Rina. Right, Michael Randrian Rina. Right, was appointed here. Take a note of this. Next is in October, Gujarat state government under the Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel expanded their cabinet, including 19 ministers, 19 new ministers and retaining the 6, bringing the total strength to 26. So 19 are new here and 6 are retained. So the total strength become 26. Who was elevated here as the Deputy Chief Minister, becoming the 5th Deputy Chief Minister of the state of Gujarat? So right option is Harsh Ramesh Kumar Sanghvi has been appointed as the Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat. Take a note of this, students. Next is who was elected as the President of the Indian Cricket Association in October, becoming the first woman to lead the organization. So, Shantha Rangaswamy was elected as the President of Indian Cricket Association. Take a note of this. Next is mention the tenure of Justice Pratibha M. Singh of Delhi High Court as the chair of the World Intellectual Property Organization Advisory Board as announced in October. If we look at the option, right option is for what is the term? It is 2025 to 2027. Right option is this. Next, who was elected as the Japan's first female Prime Minister in October? Right option is Sanai Takaichi. Correct. Take a note of this. Direct question. And she succeeded whom? She succeeded Shigeru Ishiba. Next, in October, Emirates New Development Bank acquired how much % stake in RBL Bank through a preferential issue of shares worth 26,850 crore rupees. It is 60% share here, right? And what is the amount it was acquired for? 26,850 crore rupees. Next, in October, DRDO, they successfully tested the indigenously military craft parachute system with Indian Air Force from an altitude of how much? From an altitude of 32,000 feet. The test was conducted by the test jumpers of the Indian Air Force, right? Take a note of this. Next is in October, Dr. V. Narayanan, the chairman of ISRO, announced that India's maiden human space flight mission, that is Gaganyaan, is scheduled for 2027, while ISRO aims to launch their first crewed moon mission by which year? So ISRO is planning to launch their first crewed moon mission by 2040 and Gaganyaan mission, that is the maiden human spaceflight mission, is planned by 2027. Next, name the fighter jet that was unveiled by Union Minister for Defence Rajnath Singh on 17th of October at Hindustan Aeronautics Limited facility, that is in Nasik facility. So which is that fighter jet we are talking about? It is Tejas Mark 1A fighter jet. Next, identify the country that represented by Olympic champion Ariana Titmus, who announced her retirement from competitive swimming. So, name that country. Identify that country we are talking about. It is Australia. She is from Australia. Next, in October, Union Minister of Home Affairs, that is Amit Shah, he recently announced that Commonwealth Association has approved India's bid to host the Sanitary Edition of 2030 Commonwealth Games. In which Indian city will the event will be hosted? That means now India will be hosting the 2030 Commonwealth Games, that will be in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, right? That means the Commonwealth Association, they have approved India's bid that we can now host this event in India, and that too in India, where it will be hosted in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Important students, take a note of this. Next, also we have bid for the 2036 Olympic Games also. Let's see how that plays out. Next, identify the international multi-sport event where Indian Olympic gold medalist Abhinav Bindra was appointed as the torchbearer in October month. So, identify that international multi-sport event. It is Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics. Next, name the country that secured the first ever FIFA Under-20 World Cup title after defeating Argentina by 2-0 in the final match held in Santiago, Chile. So, name that country that secured the first ever FIFA World Cup title. It is Under-20 FIFA World Cup title. It is Morocco. Next is Tomichi Murayama, right, known for his 1995 World War II apology to the Asian victims who passed away on 17th of October, was the former Prime Minister of which country? Was the former Prime Minister of Japan. Also remember, he served as the Japan's 81st Prime Minister and it was from 1994 to 1996. Next is Chen Ning Yang, the Chinese American physicist and Nobel laureate who passed away in October, won the 1957 Nobel Prize in Physics for discovering what? So it was for discovering parity violation in weak nuclear interaction. And remember the name, remember the year in which he won the Nobel Prize in Physics and the reason for which he won. Next is Dr. Eknath Vasant Chintis, a pioneering Indian space scientist and key architect of India's early space program, passed away in October, in which year he was honored with the Padma Bhushan Award for his contribution in science and technology. So, Dr. Eknath Vasant Chintis, right, a pioneering Indian space scientist and key architect of India's early space program, passed away in October. In which year he was honored with Padma Bhushan? He was honored with Padma Bhushan in 1985. Right option is option 3. Next is, when is International Snow Leopard Day, also known as the World Snow Leopard Day, observed globally to raise awareness about the conservation of snow leopard, that is Panthera uncia. So it is on 23rd of October. Right, first time observed in 2014.